Okay, so let's talk what's next for your BTC chart and what altcoins we need to watch out if your Bitcoin breaks certain resistance or breaks certain support. Okay, so now let's go straight to your BTC chart. Okay, so as of now we know that Bitcoin is ranging from this resistance to $26,126 to $25,000 to 73 from $25,000 $738. Okay, so right now your Bitcoin is just ranging from year to year, which your altcoins are just ranging from a small resistance, right? But if your Bitcoin break this small resistance right here, which right now over 3-hour chart, okay, so if it breaks the small resistance and breaks this resistance, which is made $26,126 to go to $26,658. Okay, so if Bitcoin breaks this resistance and goes all the way to this your next resistance, you know that your altcoins will have a big massive pump, right? But for the bearish part, even if your Bitcoin right now it's here doesn't break this resistance and goes all the way to this support and breaks this support at around $25,745, will break this support, makes a resistance, then you know that all your altcoins are even going down. And then once it breaks the support, make a resistance, we can enter a short, okay, and we can ride that short all the way till your Bitcoin goes to $24,104, right? So right now we need to take all this data and go into your Ethereum and altcoin chart. But first, if you like content like this, just hit the like button so that even YouTube recommends videos like this and you're early to watch. Okay, so now let's go into your next chart, which is your Ethereum. Okay, so as we know that your Bitcoin is just ranging, right? So we know that your Ethereum also will range from $1,769 to $1,720. Okay, so you know your Ethereum is just ranging. Okay, so we are talking about a small resistance on your Bitcoin, which on your Ethereum is right here. Okay, so right now your Ethereum, if your Ethereum breaks this resistance and mainly break this big resistance at $1,769, it can go all the way to your next resistance, which is $1,847. That is unless your Bitcoin breaks its own resistance that we are talking about, right? But for the bearish part, you know that only a severe movement will break that support, which Bitcoin will break its own support, and your Ethereum also, once it breaks this support at around $1,720, once it breaks this support, makes a resistance, that's the time we enter a short and we ride it all the way to 1,624. Okay, this will only happen if there's a severe movement. Okay, so now let's go to your next chart, which is your avax. Okay, so for your avax, we see that it's ranging from here from $11.86 to $11.22. Okay, so you can see that even this is ranging. You know that if your Bitcoin breaks that key resistance that you are waiting for it to break, only once your avax breaks this resistance, make a support, then only will enter. Okay, and then we'll ride it all the way to this next resistance. We'll put a take profits right here at $13.77. Okay, but you know if there's severe movement, you know your avax also will break this support, which your Bitcoin will break its own support. Once it breaks this support at around $11.28, break the support, make a resistance, at the time we enter short. Okay, and then we ride it all the way to this next support for your avax around $9.46. Okay, so now let's go to your next chart, which is your Solana chart. Okay, the Solana chart is not ranging anyway, it's just ranging. You can see from here from around $16 to $50. Okay, so it's just ranging from here. Okay, so if your Bitcoin breaks that 4-hour small resistance, right, your Solana also break this resistance. Okay, so once it breaks this resistance, make a support, this unless if Bitcoin breaks. Okay, so once it breaks, it will do this. Once it breaks support, we enter all our long position right here and we ride it all the way to this resistance, not this resistance, because this is too small resistance, right? We put our take profits right here. Okay, for Solana, because we know that Solana will move big if your Bitcoin moves big, right? Now $18.35. Okay, but if there's a severe movement and your Bitcoin breaks its own support that we're talking about, right, your Solana will break its own support around $14.75. 0.11 cents. Okay, so what's a big support? This support fairly. Okay, that's a big support, make a resistance, then we can enter short. Okay, and we ride it all the way to $9.32. Okay, so now let's talk about your next chart, which is your dot. Okay, so you see that your dot has broke this resistance. Okay, this small resistance, you can see broke this resistance, made a support. Right now, if your Bitcoin breaks that resistance that we are talking about here, Solana will break this resistance around $4.66 all the way to go to this resistance at around $5.011. That's where we put our take profits also. But you know that if your Bitcoin ranges, right, your dot is also just going to range over here from here to here. But if your Bitcoin breaks that support that we're talking about, with only the severe movement it will break, your dot will also break its support at around $4.24. Once you break the support, make a resistance, then we can enter short and we can ride it all the way to $3.72. Okay, so now let's talk about your next chart, which is your ADA. Okay, so right now you know that your ADA is delisted because of certain things. That's why ADA is also having that small volume, but it's even having a big buying pressure, right? If your Bitcoin breaks certain that resistance, your ADA will also break this resistance. Okay, at around 0.30 cents. That's the time when it does this small higher low. We need to enter it right here, and we'll ride it all the way to your next resistance around 0.33 cents for ADA. Okay, and if there's a severe movement, you know that Bitcoin will break certain support that we are watching, right? Once it breaks this support for ADA, 0.24 cents, once it breaks support, break a resistance, that's the time we enter short. Okay, and we ride it all the way to 0.17 cents. Okay, so now let's talk about your next chart, which is your algo. Okay, for algo, you know that this is the bottom right now. The time it touched here at 2023, first time. The second time that it touched, you know, is 2013, this support, right, at around 0.09 cents. So you know, if you're locked up bullish or your algo, it's the best time to buy. Okay, so for this there's no shorting and there's no logging also, because if you see that there's very less volume or buying pressure since it reached 2018 bottom, right? So if you're bullish on a long term for algo, this would be a good entry to be buying right now. Okay, so now let's talk about your next chart, which is a near. Okay, so for your near chart, you know that if Bitcoin is at a severe movement, your near chart will break this support at around $1.18. Once it breaks support, break a resistance. This will only happen at severe movement. Once it does this, break a resistance, break a resistance, we enter short, and we ride it all the way to 0.95 cents. Okay, that's the way we put a take profit. Okay, but if your Bitcoin breaks that certain resistance that we're talking about, your near will also break this resistance at around $1.26 to go all the way to your next resistance, which will be around here at around $1.38. Okay, so now let's go to your next chart, which is your Phantom. Okay, so now you can see that Phantom is having that big buying volume. If Bitcoin pumps a little bit, your Phantom is pumping a lot, right? So we need to keep an eye on this. If your Bitcoin breaks that's a resistance that we are talking about, your Phantom will go even more high. It will go from, see, right now this is behaving as small resistance right here, right? So if your Bitcoin breaks that resistance, you know that your Phantom is going to break this small resistance and go all the way to your next resistance, which is right here at around 0.28 cents. Okay, so we need to keep an eye on Phantom if your Bitcoin breaks that resistance. Since there's a big buying volume, Bitcoin is pumping a little bit, your Phantom is pumping so much high, right? Okay, so now let's go straight into your crypto trends to see which coins we need to attack if your Bitcoin pumps or dumps. Okay, so right now we are in the crypto trends. We see INJ pumping, so we need to keep an eye on INJ. Then you know Phantom also, you all need to keep an eye if your Bitcoin pumps. Now let's go straight to your crypto charts. Okay, so you all know about Phantom, right? So we'll not talk about Phantom. So if your Bitcoin pumps, right, here is the coin of INJ. Right now INJ is right here at a resistance, but if your Bitcoin breaks certain resistance that we are talking about, we can enter a long position right here. If it's breaking, it can either do this. Okay, so if your Bitcoin breaks, it can do two things are the bullish. You can break, make a support. That's the time we enter. Oh, this only until your Bitcoin breaks that resistance, okay? And if it does this, we can enter position right here and enter the triangle pattern over here. We can ride it all the way to put a take profit to for your INJ to around $7.35. Okay, so now let's talk about your next token, which you all know, which is Phantom. Okay, so if your Bitcoin breaks certain resistance, you all know Phantom also you all need to attack, since Phantom will also go even, will pump even more higher. Okay, so the next chart is GMX. Okay, so if your Bitcoin is bullish, right, we need to watch on GMX. Okay, so there's no perpetual on GMX, right? There's no long and short on Binance for GMX. Okay, but you all can put a spot buy. Okay, if you all want this token. Right now this is behaving as a resistance. You know that if your Bitcoin breaks that resistance, that 26,000, right, you know that GMX will break this resistance and go all the way to your next resistance, which is here at around $50.49. Okay, so we need to watch GMX only if your Bitcoin is bullish. If you all want the exact precise entries that I'm putting, just enter the Discord. I'll put it in the link of the YouTube description. Okay, so just enter the Discord, and when I see entries, I'll tell you all if your Bitcoin breaks what entries to take. Okay, so the next chart, if your Bitcoin is bearish, we need to attack on your Woo network. Since you can see your Bitcoin is just dumping slightly, you know your Woo WOUSDT Woo network is dumping even more harder. So if your Bitcoin is on a bearish trend, on a downward trend, we know that will short your Woo will go even more down, right? But right now we don't know whether it's bearish or bullish. Until your Bitcoin breaks this support, you can say that your, one second, I'll just show you. Okay, so if your Bitcoin breaks this support at around $25,727, right, you know that it's very bearish. Once it breaks support, make a resistance, then we'll enter a Woo entries. Okay, and we'll short this all the way wherever it goes. Okay, so if you want to see the exact entry, just enter the Discord. Link will be in the YouTube description. Okay, so now let's go straight to your crypto news. Okay, so the first news, Polygon 2.0 introduces upgrade to tap into value layer of internet. Okay, so as we know that Polygon just allows the Polygon 2.0. Okay, so which they are calling it the value layer. Okay, that 2.0 layer. Okay, so what this 2.0 will do, Polygon 2.0 feature will be powered by CK zero knowledge technology, which will provide unlimited scalability and ununified liquidity. Okay, so they are saying this value chain will have everything whatever a chain requires, which is unlimited scalability and ununified liquidity. Okay, so how they'll do this, they'll do it by connecting chains to the ZK, which Polygon is right now doing, right? ZK technology, the chain that they're building. Okay, so they're going to connect it to, even it can connect to, which is a proof of stake chain, and your supernet chain, which you know your proof of stake chain, which is ADA. So once they do this, they'll get unlimited liquidity from all the chains that they're calling. This chain will be a value chain. Okay, value layer. Okay, so right now if you see that matic, if you see the matic right here, you see that it had a small pump. It didn't have that much pump with this news, but for a long term, you know that your matic will pump, since they're going to create this value chain. And if you all want to know, this is right now the president of Polygon just tweeted, right, Ryan Bet, he just tweeted what is Polygon 2.0. Okay, so right now here's the important things that you'll need to know. Okay, so right now see what they're saying. It will feel like you are using a single chain. Okay, so right now here's the important days that we need to see, which is 19 June, okay, 26 June, 10th July. I don't know whether they're going to release a token or if you're going to use the same token. That if they're going to make a new token, then you know this matic token is going to get dumped, since the ZK is more long term better, right? And right now 17 June, this important days, mostly Polygon is going to get pumped or dumped, right? Yeah, Polygon matic with the 10th July. Okay, so I exactly don't know whether they are going to introduce a new token. They didn't tell as of now. Okay, if you see our next new Polygon ZK EVM beta hits 100 CK wallet setting new adoption. Okay, so as you all know that you'll just see in the news, which is on 10 July, they're going to have either they're going to have a new token, or they're going to give the airdrop the same Polygon token. Okay, so right now they are trying to farm, which hit around 100k wallets, right? They can farm the token by getting an airdrop. Okay, so that's why they hit 100k, right? The Polygon CK EVM. Okay, so that's it for your crypto news. If you like content like this, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, ping the notification bell on so you don't miss content like this and you're early to watch. Peace out, crypto fam.